Hi, this is Sky Perry with SSP Innovations, and I'm here to talk to you today about an exciting enhancement to our All Edits report in QAQC tool. I can't take credit for this myself, but I'm happy to show it off today. The development was led up by our development team, led by Colton Frazier. If you know Colton, you know he always does a great job. So with that said, let's jump in. We, of course, have had a All Edits report in QAQC tool for since the beginning of our company 10 years ago. The key focus of the historical usage of the tool was really around providing all edits reports on a version level, meaning that we could determine which edits had occurred in a version, we can save those off, we can reload them at a later point in time. With that said, the evolution in the tool is there to really allow us to track edits at the individual record level. Think of more of an audit level for an individual record and tracking that over a period of time. So I'll kind of show that to you through an example here. So I've zoomed to an area on the map, and you can see that we have primary on the left, and this is actually a color by feeder map indicating this is an energized feeder in the orange here. And if I look over here, I have a transformer and a piece of secondary going to this building on the right. And it's gray, indicating that it is not currently energized. So something has happened here. So if I came into this scenario, I'm in SDE default. So what happened here? Who edited what, and why is this de-energized? Why is it an orphaned island within the data? Well, let's find out using our tools. So the first piece of thing I can do here is to select the individual secondary. And the first new tool I want to show you is the ability to do a feature search report on the selected feature. So this allows me to search the history for this individual secondary record. And it's not a specific version, it's searching across all versions in the past that have been posted in this case. So if I take a look at this report in more detail, I can now see that the new record was created here in DBO Edit 1 version, and we can see that occurred yesterday. We can then see two updates that also occurred yesterday. Of course, this is a sample environment where I mocked up the data, so that makes sense. But one version here, Edit 2, actually changed the job cost number, whereas the Edit 3 version, we can actually see that it changed the value of the feeder from MC-4 to a null value. So that is what de-energizes. So something happened, and that happened here in DBO.Edit 3 version that caused this error or this de-energized section. So I could certainly immediately go to DBO Edit 3 and explore that some more. Before we jump into that though, I want to show you another tool that we've built, which is the SSP Find Deleted Features Within Area. So this will actually allow me to select an area on the map. I could just draw a box like this, and it'll actually query the All Edits tables to determine if there's any deleted features on the map that we're not seeing. And sure enough, I see one primary overhead conductor with object ID 549859. So now we can load the same form for that record and take a look at the details behind it. So now we're seeing, sure enough, that the primary overhead record, I'll just move this over so we can get a little more screen real estate. This was created here, and we can visualize this record. It'll be a little more exciting here. And we can see that that overhead record was certainly created there and did feed that location. So that was created there in Edit 1. We can then see in Edit 2, it was updated. So we can see that the job cost number was updated, as well as a fused property on it. But if we visualize that, we can now also see that it was reshaped. Now in the All Edits, as you may remember, the darker or wider orange color represents the old shape, whereas the lighter or smaller green color represents the new shape. So that was updated there, and the shape was updated, but no de-energized issues occurred. And then finally, we can see, yes, it did get deleted here in DBO Edit 3. And if we visualize that record, we can now see the red record showing that it was actually deleted within that version. So we've got that issue. We can see all the attributes here of it at the time. And that really clearly tells us that, yes, that was an issue, and DBO.Edit 3 is our culprit. So let me do one more thing here. So I'm going to close this out. We're now going to go back and search our records here, and I'm just going to go ahead and grab the version name to make it an easy search. And again, this version has long been posted, but we can actually search this record, and we can see a past posted version, and we can actually see all of the edits that occurred within that version. And if I visualize that, we can see, sure enough, that the primary record was deleted. We can also see that the secondary record as well as the transformer both lost that circuit ID, which is causing it to be de-energized. So that's absolutely our culprit. Finally, if I wanted to go ahead and recreate that record to, maybe it was deleted accidentally, or that's part of the QA I'm doing, I'm going to go in and just create a new version here. We're going to call it Fix Edits, and I'll make this public and switch into it. And now within this version, I'm going to go ahead and start editing. I'm going to run that same find by spatial search one more time to get that primary record back. And we can search. And again, I'm going to take this deleted record and we can flash it. It's right there. So I actually can use our restore delete functionality to recreate that record on the map. And you can see this record has been recreated. Now it does get a new object ID. It's technically a new record, but let's check this out. Let me close this. We can now see that a new energized primary has been created. See the orange color. And then that has further energized the transformer and the secondary. But if I want to be extra clear, I could do a few more steps. Let's go ahead and save this version's edits. And I'll do an interactive all edits report on this version just to make sure everything looks good. Now, sure enough, if I investigate this, I can see and we visualize the entire report. See my new record up top. If I flash that record, we can see that as the primary that has been created. Of course, we can show the fields or not show the fields. And then we see the updates, and now we're going from a missing circuit number to an MC-4, meaning that has now been re-energized on both the secondary and the transformer. So just that easily, we've now repaired the issue in question using our all edits report to determine what the issue was, get the exact information we needed to QA it, and then to recreate the record, all without having to actually manually edit any underlying data. So one of the cool new benefits of the All Edits tool. Definitely check it out. Call us for another updated demo. We can talk through a lot more scenarios.